Hello, my name is Patricia Thornton. I create short videos with simple instructions related to Sage Intacct ERP software. This is a video on how to create a Sage Intacct financial report. We start with a PowerPoint presentation to familiarize you with the lay of the land before demonstrating live. So let's get started. We have 5 steps to accomplish our goal. We're going to identify an existing report to duplicate. We're going to demonstrate why this is the preferable way to go for various reasons. Then we're going to move to step 2 to edit that existing report, only to get to the duplicate button in step 3. We'll enter a new report name. Then we'll edit and save our new report. And then just for the icing on the cake, we're going to add it to a dashboard. I like to start on the home page with the applications drop-down list. I select General Ledger. I land on the All tab. I focus in the middle column. As mentioned, I could start this report from scratch. There's multiple benefits to using an existing report. Let's go ahead and double click on the menu prompt. It takes you directly to the financial report library. We identify the report we want to duplicate and we edit. We focus up at the top right corner to the duplicate button, which allows us to have a pop-up window where we enter the name of the new report. When we say OK, we come back to our financial report library, identify our new report, and edit. We're going to focus on the toolbar to the left, each of these features in creating your financial report. And then again, the benefits of selecting an existing report and duplicating. So for the report information, all of the structure is already established and we've already created a new name. So we can move directly down to our rows. Once again, most of the statement of activities are going to use the same rows, and therefore there's probably not a lot of changes you'll make if you're duplicating a report. Um, maybe you change from detail to summary or summary to detail. We'll talk about that when we show you the functionality when we go live. Always display. If you hit all while you're designing your report, then all the rows will be there and you'll make certain all the geo accounts are represented that are intended to be represented. All the geo accounts are in the proper geo group, and none of the geo accounts have been duplicated in 2 different groups, the same account. So that's why you might always display a row while creating a report. And then after you are completed your design, tested, then you're ready to deploy. Then you can come back and set this to none, and then only those rows with amounts will print. Okay, so then we'll also demonstrate how we have selected the GL account group for our row structure when we go with the live demo. So focusing back to our toolbar, we're going to move from rows to columns. This is where you'll most likely make your changes. For our demonstration, what we'll do is we're going to leave column 1 as is, account number and name. We'll move over to column 2. We're going to leave that as is. It's actual. What we're going to do in column 3 is we're going to switch out the budget 2025 and we're going to replace it with the prior year. Now, once we've done that, then we don't have to do anything in column 4 except for change the label remaining budget. And moving down the features and functionality, the one thing that I have highlighted here in these big bold red boxes is some of these features are consistently applied 99% of the time. So you set up your standard, you apply it consistently, you have the uniformity, it's been tested and tried and true. And so therefore you should only have to change those things for a compelling reason. So we'll demonstrate that again live. Down at the bottom, I'm have a note here that most of your statement of activities are going to utilize the same rows and GL account groups. So you vary the columns. Maybe you have one report with budget and versus actual. That's the one we duplicated. We're going to turn that into a current prior year comparison. You could have rolling 12-month forecasts. Maybe you want your locations or your departments across the columns. So any one of your dimensions can be expanded across the columns. So all your the advantage of maintaining this consistency where if you have a change, you add a new geo count, you make the change one place, and all of the reports will then inherit it. It's very efficient, ongoing maintenance, so to speak. All right, so we'll demonstrate that live. We're back focusing on the left-hand side to our toolbox. We're going to skip computations because it's a more advanced feature. But I am going to talk a little bit about filters. The best practices is you set the filters at the dashboard. So if all possible. So don't embed the filters inside the financial report because the user may not have that visibility. It becomes very confusing as far to the user as to their data. Anyway, so when we add this report, it's our final step 5 to a dashboard. I'll demonstrate the filters. Okay, so we're going to move down our toolbox to format. We have 3 tabs that we have some functionality or formatting changes that we have control over. The first tab, general, typically I just change one thing, and that's to round the dollars. You don't want pennies on financials going to board of directors. With the page set up in columns, the next tab over to the right, have never made any changes there. I accept the defaults from Intacct. The rows and rows and totals in the final tab to the right. I do formatting changes here, hiding headers, totals, and underlying totals. Once again, once you duplicate a report, you're inheriting all the formatting, and then it minimizes your level of effort when you want to turn a statement of activities from budget versus actual to a statement of activities current to prior year. So let's move down to the next slide, and we're skipping notations. Just never have used that feature. We'll investigate it one day. But the final tool on the toolbar is your permissions. And you've seen this interface throughout Intacct where you can allow everyone access or remove everyone in one keystroke, and then you add users or user groups individually to the access list. Okay, and then you are save and done. You have your report, and that's my information. I'm going to go up to another PowerPoint. This is how to add a component to a dashboard. So this is how step 5. This is a whole nother video, but we'll just add it to this video for to complete this topic of the financial report. So here's our dashboard group, and if you want to know more about that, watch the dashboard video. And we're going to add our new report to the first dashboard in this group. And the way we're going to do that is we'll double click on that dashboard because it already exists. And you'll notice below, this is a screen print of that dashboard. And what we have is our group, dashboard group. This is the one of the dashboards in that group. To the right are the filters. And then to the final right corner is where Intacct always stores its toolbox, and that's where we'll add our component. And then once we've come in, tells you that once we hit the plus sign, then we tell the system the properties of the component. It's a report, it's a financial report, and then we'll select the report we just created, and then it will show up on the dashboard and my information. So let's go ahead and do a live demo. Starting from the home page, applications, we'll go down the general ledger. We're on the All tab. We're going through to the focusing on the middle column, just about the middle screen. We don't want to start from scratch. We're going to duplicate. We come into the reports library. We find and identify the report we're going to duplicate. We edit only to get to the duplicate button. Now we're going to go ahead and name this. We're going to stay consistent with our naming convention. This is our statement of activities. And then this is going to be, oops, our statement of activity, current, prior, year. When I get that right, when I get capital letter year. Okay, we're back on our library with a OK, and here's our new report. So we're going to edit our new report. We're focusing on the left-hand side, our financial report writer toolbar. And because we duplicated a report, we don't have to worry about any of this information. We've already named it a unique name. Now we're going to go down to rows. In the rows, we're really not going to change anything, but I do want to show you. Here's the button that starts the whole report. Step by step, you select your account groups, which tells the system what the account group is and what you want the label on this line to read and what GL accounts are part of that. And if you click here, you'll see that this is how we've tailored the system for the client. We have full control. And we have another video that drills down on this functionality. So we're just going to move right on down our toolbar because we don't have any other changes, and we're going to come into our column. And we're going to we have column 1. We might change column 1 to just say account name. We don't need the account number anymore. This is a tested and report that we've duplicated, so all of the integrity is there. To the right is our actual column, and that's all set up as we want. So the only thing we're coming into is column 3, and we're changing column 3 to be actual. But instead, and we're going to come down here and we're going to change this to say it's our fiscal prior year to date. We're going to move back to our actual column to the left, column 2, and we're going to change our reporting period to match. So we're going to come down here and call it, find it, our fiscal current year to date. Okay, so now our reporting periods are the same. And the only thing in the final column, in column 4, everything is set up, is we just have to change our title. It's not remaining budget, it's just difference. All right. And we're focusing back to our left-hand side toolbar. We said computations is an advanced feature. We're putting this report on a dashboard. We don't need the filters. The formatting is all done. The only thing I'm going to do is come in here through the General tab at the top, and I'm going to change rounding to be in the whole numbers. Otherwise, everything is set up for me. I don't need to change anything there. Notations, never used the permissions. I'm going to come into permissions, the access list, remove everyone, and I'm going to add a user, me, to have access. And I am save and done. Now let's go to our dashboard And we're going to go to a statement of activities dashboard. We're going to click on the first one. It's just the dashboard banner, so it tells us our dashboard group. Which dashboard in that group are we on? We can jump into our budget versus actual, or we can jump back here to our current and prior years. So any dashboard report in this group is easy to access. We have our dates, filters, department, location, and projects. Now we're moving to the far right to our toolbox. We're going to come in with the plus sign. We're going to tell the system that this is a report. It's a financial report. We're going to come down and find that financial report. And so then I'm going to come down, and here's our current prior year. Our component is our year. Now, our component title, I'm going to clean up a little bit. I'm just going to call this our SOA, so it matches the dashboard name. So I'll show you that in just a moment by a save. And there we go. We've changed our dashboard name, current prior year. We have on our dashboard filter our 531. We have 531 as our current column. Our prior year to date is May 31st, 2024 actuals, and there is our difference. Now, if we come back up to our filters at the top, I could change this back to April 30th, apply. And now the first column is our current month, and that is April 30th, 2025. Second year is April 2024. And that ends today's video. If you found it of value, please hit the like button. If you want to contact me, see the final slide on the PowerPoint presentation. And if you want to learn more about Sage Intacct, see my YouTube library of videos. As always, thank you for viewing.